So suddenly, this is a major talking point in the community. Alright, make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We got Moulinglacia over here today. So, I have seen so many salty people about Mermail recently that, I'm genuinely impressed by the amount of discourse that Moulinglacia is actually causing across the space right now in the TCG, because every recent ban list prediction that I have been seeing has been tossing Moulinglacia up on the ban point. And you know what? The crazy part about this was the first time we came through here with new Mermail support, Moulinglacia wasn't even a problem. It was the, you got me with water. Oh, gosh dang it. I guess I'll get you in games 2 and 3, and then we kind of escalate up a little bit from that point. A few more people were getting got with water, and then, more people are like, I guess, just water. And then we release the new Poseidra stuff out here. And we see an escalation in the community's attitude towards water. More and more people started to get, I would say, more and more pissed about Moulinglacia and actually losing to water in general. Actually, it's kind of funny, actually, watching and listening to the community go from, yeah, you got me, to this new support is ridiculous. And the only thing that changed was an extra deck monster and however many Poseidras you're choosing to actually play in your deck. That was, and then I guess the Abyss team. I can't forget about the A team out here. But where did we cross line? Was it when people realized, water actually is just this going first menace, that it goes and it doesn't really have a recovery play, to the, wow, Moulinglacia is just a really toxic card. Where did we cross this line? Because I most undoubtedly assure you that nothing has changed with Moulinglacia out here. And you can also, why are we complaining about Moulinglacia? Why are we looking at Minstrel as a problem? Minstrel is looking at the opponent's hand. Minstrel is telling you every single card to play around. Minstrel's putting a card into the Banish Zone so you can deploy, later on in the combo, the Water Barrier statue off of the Deep Sea Prima. Why is Minstrel not the problem here? Why is it turned into Moulinglacia? The crazy part about Moulinglacia is, I think that this has been my most hilarious thing, but there have been some lists that have shown up out here, not even batting an eye at Moulinglacia, actually. Molo has just kind of, obviously, if you choose to play him, he's the free hand rip away from your opponent, getting 2 resources away, but he's optional, all right? And I can't believe I'm saying that. I guess right now that a lot of people have been losing to Moulinglacia. There was a little bit of a shift in the meta. Enough that Rizal, so you can tell with Gravekeeper's Inscription coming into the meta that there was a disconnect between Malice and Rizal. Because Rizal and Malice, they were kind of, obviously Rizal was a little bit further ahead at one point, but then you had Malice, it was a little bit further behind. You kind of noticed a little bit of a discourse actually happening around the time that the Blue Eyes deck hit the ground running out here, was people started to play Gravekeeper's Inscription, which kind of, tossed Malice a little bit further out of the way, which kind of started to allow things like, Moulinglacia's water deck to show back up here, and kind of ruin some people's ideas of a stable meta out here. As of filming this, I am not surprised to see Moulinglacia upsetting people. We are at that point in the meta right now that people, because you've watched, a deck kind of get pushed around a little bit, you got Blue Eyes coming in at 3rd place out here, which, by the way, is doing its thing. But every time there's a rogue deck that shows up that just really, really, really rustles the jimmies of the community, people really get upset about this. And this is why I brought up the argument out here of why are we looking at, maybe not going after this, but maybe, Minstrel at that point. Because like I said, Minstrel rips away the Nibiru. I can watch you play in the water combo all day long and then just nib you straight off, the playing field. The comet comes down, blows up all the monsters, problem's taken care of. I don't see an issue with approaching this whatsoever. I don't really think that Moulinglacia needs to be banned, but by the verdict of the Yu-Gi-Oh community and every physical imaginary ban list I have seen out here, Mr. Moulinglacia needs to go. It is such a ridiculous card. I deserve to not lose to Water Combo. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we got a toxic card in their hands. It is what it is, but it's funny that, this is the water suddenly becomes popular out here and finally starts to take off, and all the water mains out here are truly getting the chance to enjoy the game. And then bam, everybody's shitting their pants on the floor, telling them to come pick up Moulinglacia because he just left a turret on the floor. That's exactly what's going on right now. So, like I said, I don't have a problem with Molu. I don't know why other people are right now. I'm sorry that you got sacked by Moulinglacia, shaving away some resources from your hand. I'm just going to tell you that that's what mermaids do. They combo build. They lose to themselves. Sorry for your experience. Maybe get good. Maybe. I don't know. It's probably going to get banned, though. Abyss Dweller. So, Abyss Dweller was an engineered ban out here to actually take care of allowing Orcus to see play in the OCG, right? Like, I don't think anybody, I don't think anybody remembers that, right? Like, because before Orcus got support and Rizel was running around, Dweller did nothing. All right, Dweller would show up maybe every once in a while. I mean, like, I Dwellered a Drytron player last time I went to locals. Woo! Look at me go. And then, of course, if you Dweller a water deck, well, it's really funny, actually, because y'all out here looking at Moulinglacia as a problem, shaving away those resources. But you can just Dweller a water player, and they can't actually take away your resources. I don't know if anybody's, thought about that. Strange thing, right? Well, Robbie, that doesn't help going first. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm ignorant. Let's shifter your opponent. All right, that's another one that people are still complaining about. Just shifter the water player, man. Don't got to worry about getting Moulinglacia to 5 water monsters aren't in the graveyard. Silly me. But anyway, back to the Abyss Dweller thing out here. More and more of these lists have been kind of latching on to the idea from the OCG going, we need to ban Dweller. There's a lot of lingering cards on these lists that people are continuously bringing to the table right now that they are, I don't really think they're too aware of what they're doing. I'm not saying that Dweller shouldn't go. I'm just saying that I don't think now is the time for Dweller to go because we don't have Orcus coming down the pipeline yet. We don't even have, as a filmmaker, we don't even have an announcement for the Battles Legend set. All right, we don't know where they're putting the Orcus stuff at this point. So I would say this would be like a more of a summer ban before like an NEWCQ kind of ban to allow Orcus a chance to kind of shine out here and do something. There's no reason to like hit it early when you would rather just clearly use it as a marketing ploy to around the time of battles go, oh hey, let's go ahead and take care of Dweller now. Then people will go, maybe I want to go buy some product. There's bans that are actually used as well-timed cards to actually bring back and sway product. And I think Dweller will be one of those cards that will go at a later point. But for a ban list, possibly in March and maybe early April, I don't think that's going to be the case because there is no selling point to ban Dweller to influence. But I mean, I guess you heard it early, then people get an earlier chance. But that's where I am right now. Like, Dweller should have won a long time ago. It's a toxic card, but I don't think they're going to do it now because we don't have an ETA on the stuff for Orcus. Just take care of it later. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Dweller and Moulinglacia. Oh, look, guys, I get it. Water suddenly just is back in the spotlight. People are upset. How dare that Moulinglacia? How dare that Abyss Dweller hurt my tier 3 deck? How dare it? Just get good. That's all there is to it. Moulinglacia and Dweller is probably going to go on the upcoming list at some point. If it's not this one, it'll be the future one, realistically. I hate saying that about Moulinglacia, but hand ripping, it's toxic. Always has been, always will be. Patrons! Thank you! Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.